What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I have to talk about Starfield again. I know Shattered Space is coming out this fall, whatever. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. And actually, the possibility of more DLCs like that. I mean, just based off what I heard, how it's like one planet condensed, all of this. Anyway, what is happening? And what I said would happen is happening in Starfield. And I said, paraphrasing myself, of course, I said that when the mods hit, that's when Starfield is going to be, That's what I said. So the mods hit a month ago, maybe, something like that. And I dip dive in it every week or so, about every week, because I'm on Twitter. I'm looking. I'm like, yo, new mods on Starfield, new mods on there, putting up these videos, and I'm like, yo. And it was only a matter of time when the one mod that I wanted to come out came out, and that was the Millennium Falcon mod. So now, before the mods, right, people were making their own little Millennium Falcons based off of like the parts that were in game. I was like, all right, that's cool. That kind of looks like it a little bit. No, this is the Millennium Falcon. The only caveat is that the inside is still Starfield modules, habitats, habs and stuff. But the outside, I don't know how they did this. There's one mod that you need to do where it connects the connect points better, or so I forgot what it was, but it's easy building, or I forgot what the actual mod was called. But if you look at the videos that have this Millennium Falcon mod, it'll show you the actual mod that you need. And it took me a while to figure it out because I had another mod on that was conflicting with the mod that make this one work because it wasn't working. Like, I downloaded it and it had all the pieces, but it wouldn't actually build. So I was like, oh man, what's going on? So I had to go back in and check all my mods and stuff. So I mean, I'm on Xbox too. I'm on the Xbox Series X. So if you're not into that type of, kind of minutia of getting in there and mods and stuff, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but like, yo, I was like, I want the Millennium Falcon. I want it. Let's go. And it looks just like, and here's the most beautiful part about this. You can change the color. Now, I haven't changed the color yet. I was going to do a black on black Millennium Falcon. I think I'm still going to do it because you could just go into the building and change whatever color. I'm like, black and red, like a Sith or something. But I mean, it's not a Sith Falcon, but still, it would look cool, right? So I don't know. But yo, I'm flying it and I'm like, yo, this is, and the one thing that is a little, I don't want to say messed up, but like when you go to Aquila, when it lands, it lands on the left landing area, and it's the Falcon is so big, like how they place it kind of clips into some of the like geometry that's there already. So I'm like, all right, well, it's not perfect, but. And also, I wish there would be a mod to that ship where you can actually walk in and have the actual inside. But, I don't know if they'll be able to do that. But because like when you do it, you walk up to the ramp and then it's like closed. There's no, like, the geometry of the ship is there. But so I'm like, you know what, this is fine. It's fine as long as you could take off and some of the sounds are a little different, like custom to Millennium Falcon and stuff. It's pretty dope. It's got the guns. It's got everything. And the cockpit is not the same as, obviously. It's just a one seat. Well, other than that, it looks like the 1977 Falcon from the first movie. I was like, yo, it's got the round dish. I'm like, yo, this is good. It doesn't have like the dirt. It doesn't have the weathering. It's just clean and pristine, but yeah, I think I'm gonna mess with the colors a little bit and see, because you can, like, the fuselage is like the whole outside, but then like they have they did a pretty good job. Like the engines, like you see like the ports and stuff, and then the strip in the back. So that's the whole engine, right? It's like, okay, that's dope. And then they have like the shields are like little, like, it looks just, it's not like, oh, they made a Falcon shell and then put some Starfield stuff on. They made all the stuff look like the Falcon and then applied different things to like the engine and the what is it? The reactor is like one of the things where the panels flew off for I'm like, yo, it's pretty. I was very surprised. I was like, okay, that's really good. But it is a big ship as far as how big it is, because I had to do, what was it? There's a 3x2, a 3x1, and then 3 1x1. So like imagine a 3x2 and then a 3x1 next to it, and then the 2 1x1s and then a 1x1 in the front. That's the living space. That's how big like the ship is. The cool thing about it is that it's not a super tall ship, because the docking bay is on the right side near the ramp to get in. Wow. Words. Anyway, it's really good. It's really impressive. Now, I mean, I was waiting for the Falcon, obviously, and I do want to kind of modify it to make it look like, I always wanted to see a Falcon that was pristine. I mean, was a YT-3000, I think is the Carillion YT-3000, I believe, is the model of that ship. It's not, Millennium Falcon is bespoke to that. The Han Solos, or Orlando, whoever owns it. Anyway, I want to see a pristine one off the line. I want to see it shiny. I want to see all the panels fixed. I don't want to see no rigged up stuff. I want to see what it looked like when it was brand new. I have not seen that yet, and that's one thing I would like to see. I mean, I know there was some. Well, how did that work? Yeah, there was some Easter eggs in, like, I think episode 1 or 2. But I'm like, were they making those? Was Corellia making those ships back then? Because that was a generation before. I mean, Anakin was a kid, right? Or he was a teenager. So I don't know. Anyway, so what else? What else? The other thing they have is the it is the Mandalorian, the Mandalorian, the show, the Mando Starfighter. So it's the Naboo Starfighter, but the Mando eyes, where it's like all, I don't want to call it Beskar. I don't think it is, but it's silver. It's not yellow, and it's got all kind of doodads. It's like hot rod. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. I downloaded it, but I didn't put it together yet. And also they had X-Wing, and I think that was it. I'm not sure, but I was like, all right, that's cool. So I'm gonna probably mess with those and see what's up. Put those in my fleet, because I left the Frontier. I mean, I modified my Frontier to whatever, but I left that, and I had another, I forgot what ship it was. Some ship I got from whatever. It was like a big giant cargo ship. It looked like a dumpster with engines on it. It was so bad. I was like, and then, he's like, oh, you could just buy a ship, or you could just use one of your ships and just delete all the stuff. And that's what I did. And I renamed it. I think I named it Millennium Falcon version 2. Maybe I'd call it I don't know, Bicentennial Falcon. That's dumb. Anyway, but yeah, I remember when I said the mods are gonna I can't talk today. I'm sorry. The mods are going to make Starfield what Skyrim turned into. Without the mods, Skyrim's just, it's all right. It's RPG, the dragons, right? But with the mods, it's like so much crazier. Like I did another mod for Andrasia, because my Andrasia was broken. Okay, here's the thing. If y'all gonna do the mod stuff, pay attention to some of the mods break things within the game. Not like story stuff or anything like that, I don't think, but it broke graphically. It broke my Andrasia, and she didn't have no face. She just had eyeballs and teeth, and I was like, you was scary. She looked like them dudes from They Live, basically, but worse. And so I was like, all right, that's just not good. So what it was I would say stay away from this mod in particular. If you want to put it on and check it out and then take it off again, do that. But it's Earth Restored. Earth Restored broke my game, and it also breaks the sound too. So you have to. It's a pain. Because I was like, what happened to my sound? And then it says in the notes that you have to disable all the mods, restart the game, then enable the mods, and then continue, and then it'll fix the sound. And I was doing that for a while, but I was like, I went to Earth, restored once, and they put some trees and some grass, and I'm like, it's not quite Earth, but sure. I mean, it's Earth, but whatever. So I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. So I went back and I deleted it, and now my game's fixed again. Sound's fixed. Andrasia has a face again. It's great. So, and I put the Andrasia sexy clothes on her and stuff. I think it was Sarah, because I switched Sarah's. Sarah died in my version, and so I took Sarah out, and I took her clothes and I gave it to Andrasia, because Andrasia has this crazy, you know, her whatever, I forgot what they're called, the Voss something, the serpent people, and so I was like, you know what, just put that on, and so she put it on. And she's like, it's like cut. I was like, all right, that's better. Because Andrasia's a little sexy. She's a little sexy right there. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, the mods we're going to make this game just whatever you want it to be. And right now, for me, it's turning it to Star Wars. I'm Mando. I had the cape for a minute, but I put back the Beskar pack, the jet pack. I know there's a mod for having both where it's like slung along the side, but for some reason, the capes in Starfield don't look that great. They're like a little, and I understand why, because they don't want to have clipping on the geometry on the capes. Like when you have a cape, like clothing simulation, you need to have a buffer. I don't know how many pixels they use, but they used a lot. And so you need a buffer in order to reduce or prevent clipping. And they overdo it sometimes so that it doesn't clip at all, but then you see like the space, like a hump in the back, and I'm like, oh. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was like, you know what, this kind of looks whack, and the texturing was kind of whack too. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just put on the, you know, and I feel it just, I don't know, to me it feels like it looks a little better. But I mean, that's, if you have a different taste, that's fine. You know, you do what you do and what you like. But I mean, I got the laser sword mod. I haven't tried that one out yet. I had the pets thing. I had the 2 pets, which is, I think that's a Bethesda one. I don't remember, but the one pet, I had both, right? And the one pet, the first one is a female, I guess, and she could she changes color based on the environment. The only thing is that she's so big and she follows you everywhere. So she's getting in the way. And I'm like, I mean, I know her hitbox is, you know, it doesn't like have her tail or whatever, but she's still too big. And I was like, I mean, it's cool that you're fighting with me, but you know what, you're too big. So I had to delete that one, and I deleted the other smaller one too. And I think I'm going to do there's a bot, what's his name? Wow, I totally forgot the robot's name. That's bad. Anyway, I'll remember it later. I'll put it up. But they have one where you could make him it's a companion for you, so you can make the robot your companion. Why can't I remember his name? I'm thinking about, like, for some reason Kilroy went into my mind, but that's not his name, obviously. But anyway, and I was like, all right, that's cool. And then you can change him to any type of robot that's in the game, and you could, you know, mix and match the pieces and do. I was like, man, this is crazy. It's like, I haven't even touched that yet. So I was like, and you can make him a permanent companion, but it doesn't count towards your companion. So he's just there. I think that's how that works. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments. So you can have basically 2 companions. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, another thing, back to the Millennium Falcon thing. There's a little performance stuff I got to go into and see. I'm going to put it on performance and see if the frame rate stutter, because it does stutter a little bit, you know, I guess it's based off of just the mod, something in the mod itself. I don't know if it's the Millennium Falcon mod or it's another mod that I'm using in conjunction. So I have to see. There's so many little things. I mean, when it's outpost stuff, you got that. They've only begun to scratch the surface with it. It's only been out for like a month, right, or something like that. So it's like, dude, this is gonna be crazy. I mean, I've seen people like, yeah, we're gonna do the mod where the whole thing is Star Wars, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty much doing that, but it's really cool. I mean, you could change the letters of into whatever the Star Wars language is. You could change. I've changed the. I said this before. I changed the bounty hunter faction. I forget what they're called. Trackers into all Mandalorians. So they all have. Well, some of them have their armor, but some don't. Some have the Mando armor. So not Mando, but the Mandalorian armor. And it's I got the Stormtrooper mod where it changes, I think, the UC into Stormtroopers. Look, I'm like, the only thing it needs is like Star Wars music and the crawl from. It's so good. It's so good. I do want the Razor Crest though. I hope somebody does the Razor Crest. If they do the Razor Crest, I might switch out the Razor Crest for the Millennium Falcon. I might switch the Razor Crest out for the. I might switch out the Millennium Falcon for the Razor Crest. I'm sorry, it's early. But yeah, man, it's like stuff like this is really, really cool. And they've only done like Star Wars. So I don't know if they've done any other like Battlestar Galactica or anything like that. No Star Trek mods yet. It's really just Star Wars, and I'm like, this is crazy. They have God mode, obviously. I put everything on God mode for now because I was trying to just like get my mod situation right. Eventually, what I want to do is like take it. I have to be careful of how I set it up because the Millennium Falcon, if I'm going to use that ship, it's not as powerful as it could be, as some of the other ships can be. So like the weapon systems and stuff. So there's a way that I could kind of make it so that I can kind of handicap myself. And like, I mean, people are going to say, oh, you're not a real gamer, you suck, blah, 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 right? But I'm like, look, at this point, Starfield is a toy. I've finished it once. I've done the Unity once. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I'm going to do it again. And so that's the thing. I'm going to do it again, but I want to do it like with my Star Wars stuff. And I want to see how that works. I know some of the mods will deactivate your achievements, which it's good to have achievements. It's good to get achievements. I definitely want to get over 100,000 at one point. I'm close, but I'm not. That's not something I'm actively trying to go for. So I'm like, all right, cool, got that, whatever. But it's like I want to set it up so that my Falcon is cool. I could fight, have a little bit of a challenge, but not get because sometimes I would be flying in my Frontier or whatever ship, and I'm like and I'm flying like, oh, I got the fights, and it's like, I don't know, 1 ship or 2 ship or 3 ship, and I would have no chance. I'm just like, oh, and it would save, and I would be like, and I would have to like get out. I would have to do a quick fast travel to get out of there so that I wouldn't die, and it wouldn't like automatically get me into the fight. That happened a couple of times. Or I think what I had to do was like go back to an earlier save just to get out of that, because I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to play and have fun. If I want the challenge, I could turn that stuff off and see what happens. And that fundamentally, ultimately, that is the beauty and the joy of what mods are giving to these games, Bethesda games in general, but Starfield specifically. And you can see and you can feel the DNA of Skyrim, of the Bethesda games. It's there, but it's space. I've got the Millennium Falcon version 2. It's going to be black soon, black and gray, probably. And it's great. I mean, the lights are already red in the front, so I might as well, right? But yeah, I mean, I've never gone back to it. Okay, that's a lie. I went back to Skyrim and messed with some of the mods, but I never like played through it. And the thing about Starfield, which is cool, this will be the last thing, is that you can play it over and over again because of how the new Game Plus works, and it changes every time you go to Unity. You basically go to a different universe, a different version of reality, and so spoilers. And so every time you flip the game, every time you do a new Game Plus, it's basically a different game. Something has changed. Like the one that I saw was, everyone is kids. Everybody's kids. All your Frontier people, all kids. I'm like, huh? Everybody, all the adults are kids. I'm like, what? It's such a weird, like, kind of just different version of reality. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to see what's going on. And, I guess there's some other subtle ones, maybe, as you go along. But I was like, when I saw that, I said, okay, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. But anyway, appreciate you hanging out, showing out, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are going back to Starfield because of these mods. I am. I would say check Twitter and see, because there's a couple of mods, and also check YouTube. That's where they have the tutorials about how to do like the Millennium Falcon mod. That was on. I had to go step by step, and I had to do it like 3 times over because, like I said, my mods and the build order is important too. So you got to make sure that your mods are in the right order in your list. They explain all that in the notes. But look, Starfield, it's just better than whatever other games PlayStation put out. That's why they wanted Starfield to be exclusive. You see how bad Sony is. They're like trying to make it exclusive and mess up, right? And now they messed up because now they don't get Starfield. Because they did that, they don't get Starfield. If they didn't do that, I don't think Microsoft would have bought Bethesda. Nope. If they would have said, yo, okay. I mean, Microsoft might have helped them out. Maybe they got a little bit of exclusive, but Sony's got to be greedy, and they trying to gank all these third-party exclusives, and they got got in the booty hole. So that's what's up. But anyway, I appreciate you. Subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what's up, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one too.